we go. So I found this morning that one of my Popsicle designs, or I should say the Popsicle design, has a weakness. I went to put the stick into the bottom and it busted right through. And so I have on the right Orca slicer, and so here we can look at the actual preview of how it will look when it's printed. There should be a bottom layer to this. Let's see. I've got advanced mode. I'm going to leave that off for now. And let's go into strength. Okay, so right now I've got 0 top shell and bottom shell. Let me see. I re-imported this, so I'm gonna have to do some setup first. So I guess I can just do some bottom shell layers. All right, so now we have a bottom, and I'm gonna need more than I had before. And I honestly don't remember how many I had, but I can imagine it's less than 6. So 6 is a lot. Let's go with 6. I used Hilbert curve here in part because it creates like a nice clean bottom, but I might change it for this to monotonic line. That's a pretty safe bet. We have 3 walls, so this should blend pretty well. And the other area that I think might be a weakness is the way this is designed, and I'll zoom in on the actual print or the model. So the Popsicle itself, I'm gonna, yeah, that's fine, is completely solid, and then there's a cutout here. And I'm gonna open that up. So this is what this is the cutout for the actual where the stick goes. You're looking at it from the side. You're looking at it like this, and so then the depth of it is based on. Oops. I'm gonna make this transparent this way. Okay, so here's what I know. The stick fits in very nice and tight in this, and then if I push it in too far, it breaks. So the weakness would be the bottom layers, but also the fact that it just kind of goes up from the bottom. So, and then looking at the design of the actual the main Popsicle, I'm cutting a hole out for just the way it fits, and then in the slicer I have 0 infill density, which I can show if I change this to 20. It will, you can see it's filled in now. You could do that, but my printer is not the fastest, and so if we do that, we've got 2 hours. If I put it to 0, hour 45, which that's actually not as bad as I thought, and that's probably because we have 3 wall loops right now. I'm gonna drop this to 2 wall loops. That's an hour 38, and then I want to see what the layer height is. 0.16 right now. And you know what? I'm gonna open up a different file. Let me save this and just see. if my older file, if the speed of that one, where that comes from, because the other one I think was a lot faster, but it was having some bugginess in Orca. So I'm going to reopen that one. Let's see, and center it. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Okay, so single Popsicle, hit preview, and it might be using the settings I had done for the stick. So I don't want, 8 hours. I think that's a little more than I'd want. All right, so I'm going to open up a different one. I'm gonna say this one maybe. So this is I'm still not positive, but let's just try it anyways. Okay. Popsicle, center, preview. Yeah, 2 hours. Let me see. Can I feel confident? Oh, this might be it. And layer height, I have this 0.12. I could do variable layer height, but I want to avoid banding, which even if we smooth it, there's a good chance there's going to be banding where the layer height changes. That would drop it to 1 hour. The other issue is the layer height. Because it's so large, it's gonna have visible lines, and so I'd rather it be just the same layer height throughout, which is why it's gonna take 2 hours. Man, so this is, there we go, that's the right one. I'm gonna try this one, and I can discard this because I saved the stick in a different file. All right, let's see. 2 hours and 15 minutes. All right, well, maybe that's what it was. If I go into device, I can look and see how long it took for the previous ones, and make sure this is sorted by upload date. Okay, so 2.5. Okay, so the last single one was 1 hour and 9 minutes. And I could pull the G code. I would probably, in C, let's actually, for this one, actually I don't want to do that, because if you pull the G code in Orca, it's somehow, for some reason it just takes over, so I don't want to do that. Let's see where the speed is coming, or I want to check this. Let's check the speed. Yeah, that's slow. So turn on advanced, we get access to speed, and I can't remember what the other one was. So I'm going to open it up again. Let me try a different one. I'm gonna try this one and see if I can find the right one. Oh, this one kind of reminds me of what I think it might be. Hit preview, and 1 hour. I'm pretty confident though that this is gonna have. This is set to variable layer height. Yep. Okay, well, if I want it to be better looking, so I am going to reopen the original and then work with that one. So let's see, that would be right here. What's this warning? Outer, inner, or inner, outer? That might have been from something else, so I'm gonna turn that back to inner, outer to just make that go away, because I don't really care. And then let's save this profile as Popsicle, and for now I'll just save it as a user preset. Okay, so preview. So I've got a few options. So one option I have is to do this entirely in the slicer, which I might actually do. Let's let me see. Whoops, didn't do that. Let me just fix this. Transform. Okay, so let's actually just hide the head Tinkercad for now and fill the screen with this. Okay, so change this, and can I not change the name of this? That's okay. Okay, so switch this back to line type, and then I'm gonna update the layers to have, I'm gonna give it a little bit more of the infill. So we'll go in, actually let's try two things. First, I'm gonna try going into here. Let's go to the regular. Let's give it 10%, see how that looks. 2 hours and 22 minutes. It's not bad. We've got gyroid, which is one of my favorites. However, a new thing that I've done is some, oh, not that one. I meant to do adaptive cubic. So, okay, so 2 hours and 6 minutes, and how this looks is, it's a pretty cool inside fill. I'm trying to imagine right now lighting, how the lighting is going to, if you hold the popsicle up to a light, are you going to see through this, and is it going to be distracting? Hard to know for sure, but let me go, just for fun, we're going to change this to 2 and see what this looks like, because sometimes it can be interesting, a little different. Okay, so that I don't want, because that is going to create, it's going to block light, so I don't want that. Gyroid might work. Let's do gyroid. 10%. So that might actually do the thing I didn't want. So alternatively, this could be handled a little differently. I can go into here. Okay, prepare and height range modifier. It's set to 0 to 2 right now, and let me see how much I would want this to be. Okay. Okay, so the top of that insert is 9.8. Go back to, I want to, I think, handle it in preview. This. And then put this to 10. And infill at 10%. Global, we're going to reset to 0, hit preview. The time will drop probably closer to 2 hours. 1 hour 52, and I'm not seeing it. And that's because I did it on the double pop. So let's just do it for the single, which is, oh wait, no, this is the double pop. Okay, 0 to 10, infill, I don't know where I did that, 10%. Okay, infill now there, and then it stops. So what, yeah, 1 hour 57 for that. Let's do the same for this one. Oops, prepare, height range, 0 to 10, and 10%. And like, you can update the wall loops like that too. Okay, preview. So an hour 43. We didn't add the infill through the whole thing. Now what I want to do is to check other infill types and just see if there's something else that I think would be better here. So we're looking at internal solid infill pattern. Let's try monotonic line. Oh, you know what? I'm doing the wrong thing. I need to turn on advanced, sparse infill 0, because we want to handle it here. Gyroid, there we go. Was that infrequent? Oh, you'd think it would be, but that's okay. And I think I can turn that off. Oh, maybe not. Back to this. Turn this off. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Turn it off. Go to this. Gyroid. There we go. Let's go and do some of the other ones that I personally like. Honeycomb can be nice. Let's see how that looks. Ideally, what I would like is for it to wrap. You know what? This is gonna create the possibly the same problem I was having before. With where I was worrying about it affecting how light comes in, and the issue with variable layer height causing banding or visible lines. So let me think about this for a second. Let's drop the multi-line to 1, see if that helps. And what are we at? We're at an hour 43. Okay. And we can try bumping this to 15 and see what that does. Hour 45. It's almost all the way around. Another idea I have is to actually, I was thinking I could do it at the model level, but the issue with that is that the way I've designed this model is the whole thing is solid with this part as a cutout. So in order to modify it, I would have to build the walls into the model, the thickness of that, and I'm not going to do that, because doing it this way I can control, and whoever uses this can control how many wall loops it has. You could not do that if the model, say the thickness of it was something like what you're seeing here. You can't add walls to that in the slicer. You just can't. So what as an example, let's say we did 10 wall loops. It's only going to add it to the bottom because I have the range selected of 0 to 10. Let's see, yeah, 2 hours and 3 minutes. However, what I am noticing that it does add walls to this inner part, which means that actually could work. Is to up that. Let's put it to 4. And I might even drop, can I do like 5? What would 5 look like? So an hour 46, and honeycomb, it's kind of cool. So that would certainly reinforce this, although you can see it's not all the way around. Let's switch it to gyroid, see how that looks. It wraps around a little bit. I'm just gonna try other ones and see if any of them kind of come across as like being possibly useful. let's just go through them. So rectilinear, that's kind of cool looking, and I kind of think that's cool. If we keep the walls consistent at 2, something like this could actually be really helpful. And I don't think, let me try to see. I guess I could do a print of just this bottom part. How long would that take? As of right now, we're talking about I would say about 16, 17 minutes without changing anything else right now. And in order for me to see the walls both at the support level and above it. But even that is 17 minutes. I don't know if I want to wait that long right now. Let me just keep messing around with these and see if something else comes up. Ooh, I find that to be interesting. So that's aligned rectilinear. I'm trying to see. So the way that's gonna work is it's gonna drop the line. So you can see the seam. That's not a great place for a seam. That's basically creating a seam in like an unnatural place. We could try to change that. I'll change it at the object level. So if I go into quality, seam position, we'll do aligned and see where that goes. Okay, so aligned is going to put the seam at the corner, which might be the right place for this, to be honest. If we go and see the whole thing, I mean, it's still going to do like a kind of weird thing up here. There's no avoiding that, unless you did spiral vase, which I've done in the past, but one wall is not durable enough. And you also the top would be not great. And actually this top, it needs to be fixed as well. Let's do that first, because I need to do that regardless. So we're gonna do the variable layer height again. So we're gonna prepare height range modifier, and it's down here, plus, and top, which we'll go into preview to find out where that is. Okay, so looking closely at the top, the lines start to thin out around layer 650 or so, or 104 millimeters. Let's start with that. So we go into here. Let's see. Shoot, what did I just say? It's right there, 650. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so 650 and whatever. I just like to go way over because it's just going to get the top. So slice, and I haven't done anything yet, so nothing will have changed. And we're going to go in, and if we add top shell, hang on, height range, you're not 650, you are 104 to, I don't know, 115. Slice, let's see. Okay, that didn't do anything. 110. Okay, so that's probably didn't do anything because I don't think I changed anything, did I? let's try something. Let's start with wall loops. If we increase the wall loops, so here we get to 3 wall loops. Okay, we're gonna zoom in a bunch. Oh, that's as far as I can go. And pull this down, that, and I'm gonna add more. Ooh, what we could possibly do is to ease into it, but for now, let's just see how this looks. So, okay, we go from 2 to 4. That's not possible though, because it's just showing it floating, and there should be like a warning. There is not. I don't know why. We're gonna go back to 2, and I'm gonna try something else here. I'm going to try and see what happens if we add an infill at the top and see how that looks. Okay, nope, not gonna do that. It's just gonna float, so we can't do that. Trying to remember how I did this previously. I'm gonna I feel like it should be top shell. Alright, we're gonna add 3 and see what this does. Yeah, that worked. I don't know what I did before. So suddenly you have 3, and then it starts to become solid. That's what I like to see. We can go and do 6. This could actually be done completely, maybe completely at this level. Let's see, 1 hour 42, and we do it at 6 at the object level, 1 hour 42. My question is why? Oh yeah, top shell. So that's fine. I might not need the variable height since it's not necessary, since top shell is already applying to the top. And let's see, how else would I want to do this? Oh, I see. I take it back. Let's just go back to, if I say 0, what am I looking at? What is this? Internal solid infill? I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm gonna just change my music up a little bit here. All right. Now I'm trying to figure out why this is doing this. Let's see. We go to the object level. We have 6 shell layers. Let's go to 0. Okay. And that, and then I am going to do it range. We're going to go into top, 1, 2, 3. Let's just see what this does. There we go. So that's going to fill it in. Is this, whoa, is this gonna be a problem? Let me, let's see. It's hard to tell. Can you zoom? No. I'm just trying to gauge the physics here. So, okay, adds another one. That's just going in. So this is going flat. Let's just add 3 more. So now we're at 6. And okay, so it goes from 1 to 2, and then it builds, on itself. I feel pretty confident that that's going to be good. Now looking at this, that looks a little messy, and I have a trick that I don't know for sure if it's real, like if it's actually going to apply, or if it just sort of fakes it. But we're going to go into outer wall and say 0.6. And what that's going to do is give it larger lines, and it's filling it in just a little bit more. Okay, we're going to do some variable height, so I'm going to let's see. Why is that not? That's weird. Oh, it's not doing anything. Reset. Let me see. Adaptive. Oh, I have not dealt with this before. Interesting. Can you do variable layer height with the height monitor height modifier? Oh, maybe not. So, change of plans. We are gonna get rid of the top height modifier. And do that through this. Remove that. Go back to the single. Turn on advanced. And here, I actually want, this should be 0.12, and then top shell, we're gonna go back to 6, and hit preview. We should see the top solid again. Cool. And now what we're gonna do is variable layer height. We're gonna hit reset, and there we go. Now I can reduce the top part, and I think if I hold down, is it command? Let's see. Okay, I'm just testing this. I'll undo this. One of these, I can't remember which one. We'll smooth it. Option. Yeah, option's gonna do it. Okay, so reset. Okay, holding down option. Whoops. Okay, we're gonna maximize this here. Then we're gonna hold down option, and it's gonna smooth a little bit. And preview. See how the print time is. 2 hours, 21 minutes. So that's a little bit longer. But you can see this is filled in nicely now, which is great. There's the tiniest little gap. I end up sanding this anyways, because the nature of the top part is like pretty much guaranteed to have to sand it. It's gonna leave like a little bump, especially because of the way it circles in. If you look, oh, why is that not clickable? That's weird. Oh, that's why. The top layer is literally like a dot, which is why this is 3. So that's not telling me what I wanted. I thought it would show me a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's see. I do want this to be a little smoother. Reset. And if I hit adaptive, that's not what I want. That's like I said earlier, low quality. We do 0.1, keep min, reset, and adaptive. Oh wow, that is still dropping to 0.32. And that's even quality. No idea why. I'm just not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to do a smaller amount at the top. And let's see. There we go. I want to get this as small as I can. And then I'm going to increase this, hold down Option, and there. Smooth it out just enough. Oh wait, hold on. Reset. I don't usually do the manual version plus smooth. Let's try and do that. Let's see, there. And then smooth. Yeah, there we go. Smooth a few times. Preview. Hoping it's closer to 2 hours. Oh, it's more. I did change it to overall quality of 0.12. That most likely is the case. If I change this to 0.16, 2 hours 34. The variable layer height might actually be determining it anyways. What do we have here? 0.10. Oh, okay, that's why. So reset, hit preview. Let's see what our new baseline is. With a 0.12 layer height, 2 hours, 11 minutes. That makes sense. And zooming in again, we can see a few gap layers. So we are going to go back to variable layer height. I'm going to increase this a little bit, and that. Ooh, that might be good. I kind of like that. We hit preview. Hopefully it's like 2 hours 15, 2 hours 20, 2 hours 13. Lovely. Let's just double check. I think that's pretty good. Whoops. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to go back to, let's just, I gotta click one more time. Okay. So 2 hours 13, there. So now we have that. And we're gonna return now to the bottom part. Let's see, we got 2 layers up there. And we have, at the bottom, we're looking at 6. So let's see. Yep, that's right. So that's 6. There is another trick that I do like, but it's probably not necessary, and it might not save any time. But I'm going to show it anyways because I like to do that. If we set this to 99, oh, it's going to be 10. Is it 10? 99, and then we're going to set bottom shell to 0, which means we're going to rely on the infill for the solid part on the bottom. Sometimes it can save time. I'm not expecting it right now. And then I would probably do like gyroid for this. Oh, that's got gaps, so actually that would be a terrible way to do it. So maybe we will try it, unless it's just going to add a lot of time, in which case maybe not. Let's see, align direct to linear, and that's going to do, I think that's going to be 1 continuous. Nope, it's not. It's going to do it in patches. So if we zoom this, okay, there. So we have a skirt and then it's going to fill in the walls first, and then it's going to fill the rest in a little bit of a patch. Regular rectilinear. Let's see what that's going to look like. That looks similar to me, and I'm pretty sure that, there we go. So that would be adaptive cubic. Not what you want at all. So we're going to go back to, I think, aligned rectilinear. Pretty confident that that would be good. And again, I forgot I was going to do it differently. So 6 bottom layers, 10%, and we're at 2 hours and 14 right now. Let's see. Here we're at 20. And then let's see how much the top is. So from here to the top is 30 minutes right now. Let's see. Once we get to the, what's it called? Once we get to the top part where the shell layers increase, that's 10 minutes, which is fine. Okay, cool. So my thought is, if you look at this from the side with light, it's solid because you have, it's just, you're not going to see through it. 2 walls, honestly, probably not going to see through it much anyways, but I suppose you could do 3 walls. I can't remember if I tried that already. Strength. Yep, that's not strength. Strength. 3 wall loops. And 2 hours and 17 minutes. But that could be worth it. That's totally worth it. That adds like a couple minutes, and it's gonna give us that many more walls. In this range, we're gonna reset this so that it's not overriding. At the 0 to 10, it's just gonna take whatever I set at the global level is gonna get applied there. So 2 hours and 19 minutes. And it is supported now. What are we at? We're at 16 minutes to the top of the base. If we were, let me just go back to 0 and just see how much time we're looking at now. 2 hours 17. Yeah, so I would say totally worth it for that. Now, if we did 10% for the whole thing, let's just see what that gets us. 2 hours, 26 minutes for the whole thing. Now with 3 walls, that might be worth it. Let me think. Or is that going to add a lot of travel? Let's just look and see. So almost 9 minutes of travel time. If we do 0, travel time drops to 6. I'm going to actually leave it off because it's going to be less travel, and I'd rather, yeah, look at that. Basically, there's no travel up through most of it. And so less travel is better. All right, we've got 2 hours and 19 minutes right now. This is as high quality as I typically would go. I found an issue. What is going on? Quality, reset. That's going to add even more time. Did it? Let me see. 0.12. Go back to this, prepare, and whoops, didn't mean to do that. We're going to go back to variable layer height, and as you can see, this is at 0.16. Reset. Okay, reset that. Did hitting smooth actually change it at the bottom? Wait, let me see. Reset. I see oh, that's why. Well, actually, no, that's just for that part. The first couple layers are thicker, and that is set here. Advanced mode, object, and oh, that might be actually set at the filament level. Let me go into that and see. Edit. Nope. It's a global thing. I know it's a global thing. Strength. Quality. First layer, I have it set to 0.5. That seems high. So wait, first layer? That's not what I'm talking about. First layer height is 0.2. Globally, I've got layer height as 0.16. I'm gonna switch that to that, and then we're gonna do 0.16 for first layer height. And global outer wall, we're gonna do 0.5. And I'm just gonna hit save. Okay, preview. I think I did 0.6 before. So let's do 0.6. Outer wall 0.6. Preview. I like to see how it looks. There's a chance that it doesn't do anything because technically the printers, I have a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, but I can't remember if it actually does anything. Okay, so I need to fix that again, which means I go back to prepare and variable layer height and this. Oh, yeah, let's just look at this first. So that, hold down option to smooth it. No, I don't. That, oh yeah, that's good. I think that's good. Let's go to preview. See if that fills it in. Should. Nice. We're gonna turn off travel visibility. I think that's pretty good. Can I get, oh, I don't love the dot. I know the way this works is, because it's like almost, it's kind of perfectly flat, which means, actually maybe it's not perfectly flat. We're gonna open up Tinkercad again. Move this over a little bit. I'll keep this up, and whoops, wrong window. We got to get to the popsicle stick still. All right. There. Okay. So. Okay. So I'm gonna look at this, oops, at the front, and I can't quite tell. I think it goes perfectly flat. If it doesn't go perfectly flat, that would explain why there's a point. So let's just throw in a shape and kind of just wing it like this. Okay. And get it, I think I want this view. Yep. Okay. I don't really use the, what is it? Orthogonal view. Oops, very often, but this is what it's, this is a good use case for it, I think. Why can't, and this is why I'm saying it, because I can't remember how to, oh, that's annoying. I find that very annoying, but okay. That's good enough. Okay, so, okay, zooming in there. Oh yeah, that's so weird. Okay, turn that off for now because I can't. Okay. I'm gonna make this one transparent and this one solid. Oh, let's make this whole, there we go. So I make this a hole. You would see that would cut this one out. So it does make a point. I might have actually originally designed this to do that on purpose because I was doing spiral vase, which physically can't go to flat. Honestly, it could barely even get to, it couldn't get much further than, I don't know, like this angle. So, opportunity to improve the model. This is a model problem, not a slicing problem. So, let's see. I'm gonna have to dive into the model and see how I built this. Okay, I can delete this box, revolve. So edit sketch. Okay, so I'm gonna make this flat now. So without changing much. So oops, undo. I have it on snap 0.1. Okay, we're gonna get this on the grid. And then we are gonna make it go flat. And I think I can delete that one. That overlap is, we're gonna clean that up while we're here. Let's see. Kill that. Give it 0.3 over just to have clean overlap. 1, 2, 3. And so this is going to reach the flat point. Now I can't quite tell if this is level, so I'm going to go bring it up by 2, flatten it here, bring it back down. So now I know it goes to flat. Although this is going to meet at flat perfectly, which means it doesn't actually have much flat. So I am going to add some of that into the actual thing. So we are gonna remove that extra bit for now, just so it doesn't throw me off. And then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Add this back to there. Okay, 0.4. So it's seamless right now, but if it was off by even just a hair, let's see, just for a demo, that's what you would see. It's basically, because this is going to revolve around it, it's going to create the tiniest hole, 0.01 millimeters, which is why I was saying I like to do the overlap. Technically you don't have to because this is perfectly straight, but I would typically do it, and let's do it. So we'll just do there. That's going to be 0.1. Finish. Okay, so top goes flat now, which is going to be great. And this is the cutter that I created. This is like what makes this model unique. Anyone could build this, which is it looks like a popsicle, I guess. But what makes this unique is the shape here. So I'm going to go like this. Might as well just get the whole thing. And we're going to group it. And so this is going to cut the shape of the popsicle just right. Sometimes it can take a minute. I'm missing something. Group. All right, so now we have the full thing, and it's cut. I'm going to export STL, and then once it's done, I'm going to replace the one in Orca. Preparing. My one criticism of Tinkercad, if there's only one, is it takes forever sometimes to export, so I find myself multitasking a lot. Which, whatever, it's fine. All right, we're gonna replace single, replace. And then we're gonna go back to this and close out of variable layer height, and we're gonna hit reload and preview, and if I go into prepare, adaptive, let's make sure that this is actually 0.6. The only clue I have that it might have, that it should have worked is the size of that circle. So not what I wanted. I wanted it to be, I wanted the orange one, which is the outer wall. I was thinking something slightly different. However, what I did get rid of is the single line, or sorry, the single dot. So I'll show what I'm talking about in this one. So we're gonna preview this one. I haven't fixed this one yet. Nope, I'm wrong. This one does the same. It does that tiny little guy at the end. However, what I think would be nice is, can I get that to be larger? So let's try. All right, I'm gonna ungroup this, should see 4 shapes, and then what I can do is select this. I always like to double check it's all centered if I'm going to be in here. Group it, then go back, and then I can modify this, and when I'm done it'll be grouped already. Okay, so easy fix. We're going to go in, select the inner one. One reason, I guess, to not do the extra flat part here is that I wouldn't have to like select the inner one, but whatever. So I've got the grid off, which means that if I do shift left, it's gonna go by 0.1. So we're gonna go do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll leave the angle for this as is. That visually looks fine to me. Finish. And it's going to regroup it. You can see if I move the whole thing, all of it's together. So wait a second for that to finish creating the shape. And take a second. Okay, and then we're gonna go and re-export. Man, some of this stuff is pretty manual. I'm guessing there's a way or probably a program that does this more automated. But to be honest, it's predictable, and sometimes predictability in software is way better than prioritizing efficiency, because it actually is more efficient. All right, single pop, replace, prepare, close out a variable layer height, reload, hit preview, and then see that it didn't help. Let's see. It helped. You can see it there. It actually didn't. That's not great. That's not necessarily what I want, but I'm gonna keep playing with this. I'm gonna end the stream here, and I'm gonna do a follow-up of the actual result once I print it. Thanks for checking this out.